Hi everybody and welcome back to AI in the Woods. Today we're going to talk about the I in AI. So what do we mean by intelligence when we talk about artificial intelligence? If you look at the psychological literature, you will find that the term intelligence describes many different abilities. This could be the ability to learn from experience. This could be the ability to reason. This could be the ability to plan to achieve one's goals. This could also be the ability simply to adapt to one's environment. Now, if you think of those different aspects or definitions of intelligence, you will straight away see that all the living creatures around me in this forest implement at least one aspect. Think of trees when they try to reach the light and have to avoid obstacles in their course in order to get to the sun. That's adaptation to environment. Think of the rabbits and foxes around me, which maybe will, for instance, avoid a place in which they've experienced danger in the past in order to try and avoid that danger again. That's learning from experience. We humans have the ability to reason. We also have quite good planning abilities. So out of all those types of intelligence, which ones do machines implement today in 2023? They certainly have the ability to learn from experience. Think of those cool algorithms that generate images in response to a particular prompt. You type in a sentence and they generate an image for you. In order to do that, they have to be trained. That means that they've been exposed to many human sentences coupled with images, and from this, they learn what a cat looks like, what the color blue looks like, and so on and so on. They're also adaptive in the sense that if you've trained them on a particular type of data and you show them new data, they will change their internal state in order to generate images that correspond also to that new type of data. So imagine you've trained them only on pictures of forests and descriptions of forests, and you now take them to an island with a sea around it. They will learn to understand what the vegetation looks like in a forest or next to a beach on an island. They're not very good at reasoning and they're not very good at planning at the moment. So in recent years, people have started talking about generalized intelligence. And that is the concept of a type of intelligence that would cover all the aspects that we've talked about before. There's also that idea that we humans implement that generalized intelligence. We're able to do all those different things. And the question is, how can we get machines there? So I think there are two important points here. The first one is that notion of intelligence and how diverse it is. So again, all creatures around me here, including me, implement different types of intelligence. And I don't think that humans are necessarily the prototype of generalized intelligence. We know of some creatures like octopuses, for instance, that are extremely intelligent in a way that we still don't really understand. So we can just think of intelligence as that space, that conceptual space that allows different creatures of engaging in different behaviors. And that is, again, very, very diverse. The second thing, so we've seen diversity. The second thing is what's actually the common denominator to all those aspects of intelligence. And here I think there is one useful concept that comes from philosophy and linguistics, and which is the notion of meaning. Now, when you think of the term meaning, you probably think of it in a bit of an existential way. We tend to say, does my life have meaning? Or what did this person mean by this? So going into intentions and generally something a bit hidden in behavior. Now, meaning is also a very formal concept. And what it describes is the relation of language to the world. By extension, it can also mean the relation between the concepts attached to the words in our language and the world out there. Now, why is this important? It's important because intelligence is very much about the ability to relate concepts to the world. So think of planning to achieve one's goal, learning from our experience. Think of building artifacts out there in the world with respect to a particular blueprint that we might have in our minds. All of this involves some correspondence between what I have in my mind and what is out there, or what could be out there. And meaning describes that relation. Now, in this series of videos, I'm going to argue that meaning is very poorly implemented in machines at this present time, and that maybe this is the clue to actually getting to some type of generalized intelligence, which at least would be a bit more like what humans implement. We'll talk about meaning a lot more in the next videos. But for now, I will leave with two messages. Intelligence is diverse, and it's important to realize in order to think about what we want to see as new technologies, as applications in our daily life. So we've got a choice. And the second thing is that there is a common denominator to all aspects of intelligence, which we probably want to dig into further. So I'm going to leave you with that vague notion of meaning. We'll come back to it in later videos. And for now, I will escape back inside because it's starting to rain.